today is going to be all about tortillas. We've got two different types of tortillas, the little corn tortillas and the larger flour tortillas. There are so many things you can do with these. It's really one of my favorite foods. You can basically put anything inside a flour tortilla, and I've often thought that really there's nothing you can't put in a flour tortilla. Corn tortillas, they're small, they're perfect size for a light dinner. What we're going to do today, I'm going to do a burrito using the flour tortillas, and I'm going to do some fish with the corn tortillas. And the fish, I've got some catfish and some tilapia. We're going to do it two different ways, and it'll be great. So let's get started. First, we're going to do catfish in corn tortillas. So, to cook the catfish, I've got some panko breadcrumbs here. You could use any breadcrumbs you want. The panko that you can get is really sort of light and a bit more crunchy flavor, but just plain panko crumbs, not so interesting. I've got three different spices that I like to use. Maison Cote, which is made here in Vancouver, makes great spice blends. They have what's called fire dust. It's a blend of chili and habaneros and chipotle peppers. Really nice and spicy. I love it. There's also lots of different Cajun seasonings you can get. I've got two here. One here is from Hives, and another one that I actually got from Louisiana. So I'm just going to put, because I like the spice, I'm going to put this fire dust from Maison Cote, just a pinch of it in here. Give it a little flavor. Now you could also just use the Cajun seasoning that you can get in the grocery store. It's not as spicy, that's fine. Actually, I might even just use a little bit of that too. Give it a nice red texture, gives it a bit of salt. Nice. Alright, so that's our breadcrumbs. I'm going to take an egg, throw that in here, and mix it up. Just beat it up really quickly. Good. To that, I'm going to add my catfish. So I'll just take my catfish and sludge it around in here. Get it nice and coated, nice and sticky. And then I'll just push that into the breadcrumbs and get it nice and coated. You can put any spices you want in the breadcrumbs. You could bake this. I'm going to fry it, but it's up to you. Good. Now, to me, this doesn't look like it's got that much spice on it, so I'm just going to put on a little bit more of the spice, well, because I like spice. Give it a little flavor. Any white fish would work for this. And I'll just put this gently into my pan and let that cook. I can hear that my catfish is starting to cook a little bit. Perfect. We'll just let that continue. Meanwhile, we're going to have some toppings for our fish on our tortillas. So let's take nice red cabbage. Don't forget about cabbage. I often walk by it in the grocery store, but you know what? It's actually really delicious, and I find that I often forget how much I like it until I try it. I'm going to just slice it really thin. Cabbage is great in soups, but it's really nice as a topping, actually, on tacos, which is what we're making here, fish tacos. Of course, you could do the same thing with chicken, even pork. Alright, so I've got some nice thin strips of cabbage. I'm also going to take a bit of red onion and slice that up. I don't want too much red onion. This is going to be just fine. Now what I can do, put my cabbage in my bowl, throw my bits of onion in here. You can also cook this onion too. I'm just going to break these onion rings up a little bit. I'm going to take some lime juice, squeeze that over top. I'm going to take a little bit of cilantro, break that up, and stir it up. There is no real fixed proportions for this. This is a really nice recipe. We're just throwing it all together and what you think is good. Don't worry too much about measurements. Okay, I'm going to flip my fish now. Nice, look at that. That's nice and brown, cooking really nicely. Beautiful. This fish is now cooked, ready to go. So what we'll do is we'll take this off, slice it up, and it'll be ready to go in our tortillas.